Barry said, probably still on the bus. But they've managed to catch up and overtake them as well, and they restart now with the wind in their sails. But did half-time come maybe at the wrong time for the Widnes Vikings? Such was the momentum they'd picked up. And Sheffield with time to gather their senses and regroup. Mick Hill, busy. And Whittaker in possession. And the ball with Lindsay. And again, they're looking to get it wide early on. And then Brambani puts the kick in. It's a good one. He was inside his 40, but it just curved away from that touchline, and Hardman across to get possession and then bring the ball back.
Sheffield do that remarkably well, don't they? 2 long passes to Brambani, who, having attracted the Widnes defenders forward, then kicks the ball deep behind them and asks all his teammates to chase as quickly as possible. It's an excellent play from them, but in terms of counterability, then look at Widnes here now with their willingness to run from dummy half. Gaskell has been outstanding at that tonight. Sheffield haven't been able to cope with him from there.
Fletcher having to retrieve that loose pass, and then Duffy puts the kick in over the head of Woodcock, and Woodcock will see that one skip away. So not the best kick from Duffy, and will be a tap on the 20 for the Sheffield Eagles.
Quite a conservative start from both sides. I think the coaches would have said to both of them, listen, let's knock some sets out, let's take some energy off the other side, see where we go, let's settle or bet into this game.
So Sheffield in possession. We've seen Johnny Woodcock heavily involved. He's one of several teachers in the game at the moment, but that's a stray pass. There he is, Johnny Woodcock, PE teacher in Rotherham. Others in the similar possession: Chris Langley, Damien Ball, Craig Farrell, Paul Smith. We could have a teacher's team, but that wasn't a lesson in how to play the ball.
He'd have got detention, I think, for that play.
Certainly would. It's given Widnes possession in a very juicy position. And here's Matty Smith. Mark Smith. Looks left, goes right. And here's Duffy, and Duffy using his footwork again, and Sheffield struggling to keep a hold of them. Matty Smith now. Bezic takes on his opposite number. Whittaker. It's Whittaker who makes the tackle. That's the 5th tackle. What's the kick like from Matty Smith? He's going to hoist it across the field. Danny Mills will be under a bit of pressure. Oh, it's been taken by Chris Dean, and Dean will get the first try of this second half. And Chris Dean rising above everybody else to grab that ball. Perfectly placed kick. And Widnes continuing their revival here and extending their lead with that 4th try of the season for Chris Dean.
Well, given the opportunity to attack their opponent's line because of a handling error from Sheffield, and a poor one really, a simple error here, knocked on there by Whittaker. And Widnes then in a fantastic set here. Both Duffy, Smith and Bezic all had a poke at the line before Smith on the last play for a cross-field kick just short of the try line. Hang time was great from Dean, and the grounding under difficult circumstances, a very important finish here. Look, times he's run the number 4 to perfection, gets high in the air, commands the ball into his arms, and does remarkably well to ground the ball whilst under the attention of 3 Sheffield men.
Chris Dean then the try scorer, and no wonder if the alarm bells are ringing for Sheffield, because they were in this position last week against Whitehaven. Of course, they were still in the game at half-time. 10-2 it was at half-time, and then they conceded an early try in the second half from another error like that, and the roof fell in on them. And they'll be hoping that that's not the case here. Widnes, on the other hand, hoping that they can kick on from here now, and Tyra hoping he can kick this one. He has done. Immaculate performance with the boot from Stephen Tyra. 24-12, 12-0 down, 24-12 now they lead.
At different parts of the game, it's a very lonely place being the winger. Danny Mills had about 4 Widnes shirts running towards him. It's an inch perfect kick. All the Widnes players know what's coming, and he has little or no chance, Danny Mills, there with the pressure that he's under.
So Sheffield now really have got to try and halt this Widnes dominance, which has gone on since the 31st minute of the game. That's when Widnes got their first points on the board, and they haven't really stopped apart from half-time.
There's no doubt that Sheffield can score. We saw the class and quality that they had in the first half. I've said 12 points is a significant mark in Rugby League. Once it goes up to 18, it then becomes incredibly hard for the team to come back. Sheffield need to be very clean, error-free, and excellent in defence here if they want to hang on at this point in the match.
I think players' mentality changes as well, Phil. They're far more eager to promote the ball. They take more risks because they know that they're forever on catch-up.
Now then, what's the kick going to be like on this one? It'll be Duffy to apply the boot, or are they going to run it? No, Duffy just dinks one into the corner. Woodcock comes across, great chase from Gaskell, breathing down the neck of the Eagles fullback. Well, a try early in the second half was surely what Steve McCormack was hoping for. Let's get the half-time news from Ben Pro.
You wondered, Bill, in the studio whether completion or discipline were the watchwords in the Widnes dressing room. Well, actually, it was composure and a deliberate change of tactics from Steve McCormack. He had started attacking down the middle and decided deliberately to switch the ball to the wings, and obviously had a lot more success with that. As for Mark Aston, he wants the Sheffield Eagles to go back to how they played in the first half hour, but a problem for him. Dominic Brambany with a corked thigh. He was going to come off in any other circumstances, but such is the injury crisis at Sheffield at the moment, he has to stay out there.
So they're up against it, the Sheffield Eagles, their top six hopes slipping away here at the Don Valley Stadium tonight. They really have lost their way this season. They were at third place in the table, but they've only won 2 of their last 6 games, and that explains why they've slipped down the table.
Mitchell Stringer was rather late there in arriving to that tackle on Ian Hardman, and Hardman's got up very slowly. He winded him or hit him in the back.
So maybe that's the response that Sheffield are going to come up with. Good rampaging run from Ian Morrison.
There it is, Phil. He's very late, Mitchell Stringer. I'll just tell the viewers about a corked leg, or a dead leg as we call it over in the Northern Hemisphere. It's a hematoma of the thigh. It thickens the blood and it restricts the movement, and Brambany will get less and less movement and more pain in that leg, and he's been incredibly brave to stay out there.
A kick from the halfway line from Matty Smith, and it's with Danny Mills, and Mills, that's a good chase from Widnes. Solid line of black and white shirts there to greet him. Here's Warrensey. It was the pace and the evasiveness of Warrensey, certainly in the first half hour of this game, that caused Widnes problems. The Widnes have dominated possession since then. There's Brambany, that's right thigh heavily strapped. Mike Roby, his first half try helps that Sheffield side lead 12-0. Jack Howison has left Fletcher on the ground. Fletcher, just as you see, runs through your shot there. He felt that. Mind you, I think Jack Howison did as well. Lindsay puts the kick in. Well, that's a better set of 6 from, and in fact Howison is down in back play. He came into this game having recovered allegedly from a calf injury. Well, he's struggling to get to his feet now. There he is, the big Scotsman. Well, via Hemel Hempstead.
Sheffield have Widnes where they want them at this point in the match. Down close to their own line, under a little bit of pressure. Can they arrest the progress? Has it been too easy for Widnes just to get up and out of trouble? Once you get over that 20-metre line in Rugby League, it's almost like you're out of danger. Now, this is the turning point. Sheffield have worked for this error, and Widnes, under the pressure, Patterson in the tackle, has lost possession. This could be a game swinger. This is a momentum turning point now in the match.
Did that ball go forward, Phil?
Come on, boys. Time off. Come on,
well, that was the verdict of Dave Merritt, the referee.
I think it goes backwards, that ball.
Come on, ready up. Find it in. Ian, keep your head.
Bloody nose as well to add insult to injury.
Get in. Out.
Change of direction from Brambany, finds James Ford. So Widnes, first time for a while, having to defend their own try line and defend this 24-12 lead as the charge comes in from Matt Whitaker. Short pass, finds Mitch Stringer. Stringer gets the ball away, it's gone backwards. And the ball out wide, and Roby will get a second try, will he? Has he got that ball down? The touch judge had a good view of it. Dave Merrick didn't. Let's see what the video ref saw. And also, if there was a knock-on in the build-up.
Well, outstanding play. We saw Widnes shift the ball to this near touchline in the first half to score it wide. That time it was Stephen Tyra. This time it's a question. Now, Stringer does well. I think he deliberately offloads this one backwards. That's quite clear. There's no doubt about that. And there is no knock-on as Sheffield pick up possession here quickly. Just going back to the original point when Widnes lost possession, if the referee deemed that the tackle had been completed when he lost the ball, it was irrelevant whether it went forwards or backwards. Now then, does this guy stay on the field and ground it? Without a doubt, as our friend Steve-O might say. So Sheffield are back in the match.
Yeah, the fight back is on. Second try of the game for Mike Roby. 8th try of the season for him. And they've responded well to this crisis of the Sheffield Eagles. But it was, as you picked out earlier on, the Widnes error, and they capitalised.
Well, this is the Patterson involved in the tackle now then. He lost the ball. I don't think the tackle had been completed. Whether it went forward or backwards is irrelevant now, because Sheffield have shown there's still some life in them. They still want to play in the playoffs this season, and with handling and passing like that, they've got every chance. Good finish by Roby.
Mike Roby, a Sheffield Hallam University student, and Eagles with strong links with Sheffield Hallam University. But Woodcock has missed with that conversion attempt. 16 points to 24, the scoreline here at the Don Valley Stadium. Roby has given Sheffield Eagles a bit of hope that they can close the gap.
Mitchell Stringer's a very important player for Sheffield. Just look at how many players are surrounding him there. They know that he can get the ball away. It's a little bit untidy, the offload, but I think if the surrounding players respect that he will try to get it out most times, then there's going to be rewards for them. Mike Roby coming up with the try.
Actually played first team for St Helens in one game under Ian Millward.
Good line. Low tackles, Lee. No
But
pen.
now moved to Sheffield and restored to the Eagles lineup tonight. Damien Reid, the player to miss out. Tough choice for Mark Aston to make, but justified tonight. You can't ask more than that from a player. So Sheffield with Matt Whitaker now. So not that Widnes would have thought they were home and dry, that they got this game under control. Long way to go yet. A lot of work to do to make certain of this playoff place. Here is Mitch Stringer. He was a Viking at one point, a Hoyland Viking that is, from Barnsley, where he's been very much part of that local club. Also very much part of the Sheffield Eagles. That's good work from Mills. Mills getting the ball away to Whitaker. And then they bring the ball back in field. Down the short side, Lindsay puts the kick in. Warrensey will chase. It'll find touch, though, before Warrensey can find the ball.
I think at that point in the game, Sheffield would have preferred for the ball to stay in field, and Hardman have to deal with this one. Some spring in the step, some life and energy now in the Sheffield side.
Come on, guys.
Brendan Lindsay just signed a new deal for another season here at the Sheffield Eagles. The former Ipswich Jet and Gold Coast Charger. Popular player here. In fact, he was the player of the year in 2006 for the Eagles.
Go.
And there he is in the tackle as Widnes try to bring the ball away, and vigour from Mitchell Stringer.
Good line speed from Mitchell Stringer. He was hunting an error, he was hunting a big shot. Just be happy with dominating that particular tackle.
Chris Dean did well to keep a hold of the ball there, and his head.
Wait. Go. Well done.
Here's Morrison. Morrison up the middle. Well, the Eagles back in the game, but they do have problems. Let's go down to the sidelines. Ben.
Big problems as well for the Eagles, Bill, and it's the captain, Jack Howison. It is a right calf problem. He's in the dugout there with the ice on that injury. The skipper returned after missing last week with the same problem, and it's flared up again this week as well.
Yeah, they took a chance with Jack Howison's fitness. And that's probably his job done for tonight, so they're up against it as far as the big guys go. James Ford trying to burst through the tackle. Morrison stands firm for the Vikings. Well, we had a fantastic finish the last time we were here when they played Featherstone. Could we have similar dramatics?
Go.
3 players couldn't get Rob Warrency down to his feet then. Very impressed with his athleticism,
Here.
speed, agility and strength.
Well done. Off.
That kick from Brambani straight up in the air,
Play on. Play on.
and Tyra able to gather that one under no pressure whatsoever.
Wait. Go. Full pick.
Hardman,
You're never
they
square.
weren't standing
Full pick,
square,
I'll
says
tell you
Dave
name,
Merrick, and Paul Pickering is penalised.
Well, they have to stand directly in front of the man playing the ball. Stephen Tyra done a great job to take that high ball.
Here.
Kick
I
now
called
to
your name,
touch
Paul,
gives
you're still
Widnes
in,
the
mate. Wait, go.
possession inside the opponent's half. They'll be looking now to extend the 8-point lead,
Release. Tim.
gain some comfort on the scoreboard.
Problems for Widnes, though. You saw Matty Smith briefly hobbling, and in fact, as play continues, Smith is limping towards the sidelines, and that is a blow for the Widnes Vikings, because his kicking has caused all sorts of problems for Sheffield. They could cause problems here, the Vikings. They're in possession with Bezic driven to the ground by Dane McDonald, in with the tackle, the Australian. With Gannon now. Gannon, what a great step from the prop forward, and Gannon almost stretching out for the try line, but denied. The posts shaking under the impact of Jim Gannon and those Sheffield defenders. They're right on that try line now. They're with Duffy. Duffy put the step on, gets the pass away. Mark Smith going backwards, puts the kick in. Danny Smith will field it. That was good defence from the Sheffield Eagles.
Danny Mills has fielded it, managed to get his hands on the ball, and bit of survival, isn't it? Oh, handling error by Whittaker.
You do all the hard work like that and then gift the ball away to the opposition, and Matt Whittaker, the guilty party there. Widnes have the ball back. Jim Gannon plays the ball. Duffy, Morrison, back to Gannon. Gannon, another great step in, another attempt from Gannon. He's going to get there. He's going to get there tonight. But they could go wide here with Bezic. Bezic comes back in field, trying to wrestle free of the grip of the Eagles defenders. Whittaker trying to limit the damage caused, maybe. The ball is popped up for Morton, and Morton, legs pumping, almost reached the try line. If the Eagles get away with this, it'll be miraculous. Hartley on the field and stopped just short. Tim Hartley back in the side. On the last tackle now, they're going for it, and Duffy, I think, is held up, is he? He is.
Outstanding defence from Sheffield. It was a survival set. They had to maintain the line. They had to be strong and proud and get up and off. And then defending in the Widnes faces, and then even in the in-goal play, on the very last tackle, they had to deny John Duffy a grounding of possession and keep their hopes alive here now in this match.
Warrency unable to make progress there. This is the tackle at the death, and the work they've done in that set of 6 to limit the damage after they knocked the ball on was admirable. And here is Whittaker. He keeps a hold of that one.
It's an indication, Bill, of your mentality and your character in your side. If you can withstand a set of 6, another set of 6, then you know you're going pretty well. With 4 defenders in front of Duffy there, they knew what he was going to do. They were set for him, and they wanted with all their might to deny him the points.
The ball finds its way wide to Tommy Traylor, and Traylor able to get the ball away to Ford. Ford, there was a hand into Morton. Well, Morton stuck a hand out and the ball stuck for him. Just as Sheffield was threatening, the big Scotsman put his big paw out, and they get the ball, and now they get the penalty, and the game again turning. It's real seesaw encounter, this.
Those big long legs of Gareth Morton, he's 6 foot and a million, stuck his arm out and got the possession back. Here he is, he thinks, thank you very much. A relieving penalty gives Widnes some field position now. Defensive line not set. Good decision by the referee.
And that could be another one of these pivotal moments as Mark Aston comes down sideline.
Wait.
You want to get in and join the defensive line, Bill, because they'll need him in this next minute.
Well, he's got a very good record against the Widnes Vikings. In fact, they've only beaten Widnes 5 times, and Mark Aston scored in 4 of those games, including that 1989 memorable victory. How he'd love to be out there now, as his side is under pressure once more. The ball, oh, Gannon, it was there, Jim. It was there. And he puts the ball down.
Prop forwards don't like scoring easy tries. It was too easy. They got the ball, he's in the gap.
Wait a minute.
On 2 separate occasions, he's had his legs pumping. The ball's in his grasp here, just a little bit low. But no excuses, Jim.
Put the mocker on the former Balmain man.
Make a tackle, keep your feet out of the man on the floor. Keep your head in there, come on.
Credit the Sheffield defence again. They haven't given up. Determined to starve Widnes of possession.
Time back on.
Well, the players enjoying that little bit of time off called by the referee, because the pace of this game has been pretty frantic.
Widnes, I think, Bill, need to keep the pace at that level. They need to be relentless when they have the ball and when they don't, because Sheffield are under pressure. They have an 8-point lead, and they cannot afford to invite Sheffield back into this game now with 20 minutes remaining.
Well, we saw Matty Smith limping off the field. The problems for the Vikings, the number 7 going to the sidelines, and news of that from Ben now.
Yeah, not a good night to be a Smith in the Widnes side tonight, Bill. Mark Smith had 4 stitches in a cut left eye in the first half. Now Matty Smith has a bang on the right hip. They are confident, though, that he will return very shortly in this match.
Not the best kick, straight into the arms of Gavin Dodd.
Here, wait. Go, well done.
Gavin Dodd scored a hat-trick against the Sheffield Eagles in that big Northern Rail Cup win earlier in the season.
No, lift in.
So they've beaten them twice already this season, looking for a hat-trick tonight, and a hat-trick that would ensure their playoff involvement. Here's the other wingman, Dean Gaskell. There's Gareth Morton, came here from Doncaster. He's had an exotic year as Gareth Morton. He's been playing in Italy, rugby union in Italy for, I think it was Vicenza, Doncaster, and now Widnes. What more could you want from a rugby career?
Might get a kick at goal here. He wants to do that. See how accurate a goal kicker. Here's a high tackle now. Sheffield have win this game. It will be remarkable when you consider the amount of defending on their own line they've had to do in the second half.
Here is Morton then. So Widnes not exactly starved of field position and possession in this second half. They've had opportunities, and Jim Gannon has got another one. He's going for it once more. And again, he's stopped just short, or is he? Just short there. Oh, the ball goes backwards. Bezic couldn't control it. Manages to salvage the situation. And Tyra away from the first. Through the second, is he? No, just short again. This time Gannon was the dummy runner as they go wide. It's with Hardman. Hardman finds Morton. Morton out the back door. Dean stuttering and brought to a halt. 4 tackles gone. Surely the Sheffield defence is going to crack at some point as Gaskell comes across the field, then loops the ball out wide for Gannon. Gannon offloads. It's with Fletcher. And he's driven towards the sidelines. Held, calls the referee. That's the 5th tackle. Danny Mills will be wondering whether this one's going to come his side. No, it's going down the short side. And I think they're in. No try, says Dave Merrick.
Unbelievable. Sheffield's ability to defend the line. I mean, you couldn't even criticise Widnes that he does clearly lose the ball before the line.
What a great call from the ref there.
Good positioning from him to be directly in front. And now they're going to be awarded a penalty. 3 men in a tackle and stripping the ball. Sheffield's resilience on their own line is incredible.
And it's your man again, Rob Warrency, right man at the right time. Widnes and in the shape for Richard Fletcher, giving away easy meters. The character of this Sheffield side, they just won't go away. Sheffield are in 7th, Widnes in 6th. Who's going to book their place in those playoffs?
That's quick hands. Roby doing well to take that pass from Whittaker. Here is Whittaker once more. Whittaker tackled on the 40-metre line. Another Sheffield try now, and we really would have a finish on our hands here. Brambani stretching for that one. Warrency again chasing. It was too close to Hardman, and Hardman gathers the ball. The chase is good from Sheffield, though.
It was again at this end of the field. Can they stay here? Or again, Dean Gaskell and Gavin Dodd have been remarkable for the team in picking it up and getting a quick play of the ball, getting help downfield. Sheffield are looking to force that error that led to their last try. It's about this part of the field.
Get up.
So Widnes looking to bring the ball out. It's with Gaskell. Gaskell able to offload, finds Fletcher. Fletcher started the season at Whitehaven, then came down south to Widnes and gets the penalty. And it was Traylor, I think it was, trying to just delay the ball and called out for a chat.
Richard Fletcher makes the half break and Tommy Traylor comes in, the second man. Maybe cops a bit of an elbow in his throat. Again, cheap meterage. And we'll talk about Hardman, Gaskell and Dodd for Widnes. I think they were under pressure to match what Woodcock, Mills and Warrancy would throw at them. Sometimes the better your opponent, the better you're going to play and rise to that.
Fletcher then takes that first drive and then goes forward with Jim Gannon now. Gannon is tackled about 12 metres out. Mark Smith. Morrison now. Good footwork from Ian Morrison. He's tackled just short of the try line. Now it's with Tim Hartley. Hartley, Morton. Looking to stretch out and get that ball over the try line. Tim Hartley, not a good pass, but it's salvaged by Mark Smith, and he's looking for his second try of the night. They managed to keep a hold of him. Plays that ball. Pass fired out by Morrison. Duffy hoists that kick. It's going to be Warren's chance to feel the pressure. The ball's been knocked backwards and it finds Woodcock, and Woodcock manages to get a hold of it, and Sheffield managed to get out of trouble.
Well, I wonder whether anybody in the Widnes side had the creative genius to unlock the Sheffield defence, or whether they would rely on sheer brute force and an element of fatigue within Sheffield's defence. But again, they've had enough men in the right place, and as the ball bounced up for Woodcock, he got back into the field of play. Widnes, with their frustration, were then penalised. This familiar end-to-end flow for the last 20 minutes or so, but without a real score, continues.
But you can't complain about a lack of entertainment and a lack of commitment from these two sides. It's another great National League game.
Well done.
Penultimate of the regular rounds in the Cooperative National League campaign. Of course, we've got Gateshead against Doncaster next Thursday on Sky Sports. Big game for Gateshead Thunder. Kingston Park, the venue. 7:30, Sky Sports 3, you can see that one. Big game for Doncaster as well.
Hold. Go, well done.
The ball is with Brambani. Gets it wide for Ford.
He's looked great, hasn't he? Whenever Ford's had the ball in his hands, you sense that something's on. Brambani now, crossfield kick.
Now then, Danny Mills with the opportunity to put pressure on. Dina's lost it, and Roby, will he get his hat-trick? He gets the ball away, and Woodcock gets it down. Oh, what a game this is. And what an irony that is. At one end, Christine benefited from somebody's inability to take the ball, and on this occasion, Dean couldn't take it, and Sheffield capitalised, and Woodcock was there to finish off. Roby, for a moment, looked as though he was going to get his third. It was Woodcock who got it.
Well, Woodcock saved his side, didn't it? Literally seconds before this, at the other end of the field, and the speed with which Sheffield have progressed to the other end and capitalised here now on a half chance. Good strength in the tackle. It was actually wiped back the tackle count. They had 6 more plays, but Woodcock and the Sheffield Eagles didn't need them. They were certain to score. They weren't going to wait anxiously on their opponent's line. They knew here was a chance to get 4 points, and they took it.
Johnny Woodcock's 9th try in the last 8 games. As you can see, a prolific point scorer throughout his career, formerly at Doncaster, a prolific point scorer tonight for the Sheffield Eagles. And if he can kick this one, what a big kick this is for the full-back. He's missed it. He's missed that one. A shake of the head from Johnny Woodcock, but still just the 4 points in it now. Sheffield 20, Widnes Vikings 24. Mark Aston, well, they live dangerously here at Sheffield.
We've had another Thursday night thriller, and you can tell how thrilling this game is by the expression on both the coaches' faces. Look at the reaction of the players. Widnes, in desperation, know that that's another chance that they've given to the Sheffield side. Steve McCormack, look at the anguish on his face. He doesn't know. I think everybody in this stadium unsure who is going to come out victors on this Thursday night thriller.
Widnes. Oh, and Roby's knocked it on, and that came off perfectly. They went for the tricky restart. Duffy, I think it was, and Roby, well, couldn't gather it.
He needed to go forward and take it, didn't he, on the previous bounce? It looks far easier in slow motion from the commentary box.
Should you not trap it with your foot first, Phil? I was always taught that.
Some players have the confidence, don't they, to take it and pick it up easily on the bounce.
But I was rubbish, me, Phil. I needed to trap it with my foot.
Anguish on the face of Mike Roby. And the game now could switch again. Widnes, their lead cut, looking to make progress now with Tyra. Tyra plays the ball. Bezic. Sheffield have defended so heroically in this second half to stay in the hunt. They've got that try, and now they find themselves having to defend heroically again. Duffy. It's with Tim Hartley. Hartley finds Hardman. Hardman out wide to Gaskell, and Gaskell hounded by those Sheffield defenders, forced to backtrack. They've lost ground. Here is Tim Hartley. That's ankle problem keeping him out since April, back in the thick of things for Widnes tonight. And what a good time for them to have him back. Here is Duffy now. Duffy takes the tackle. That's the fifth. Bezic. Bezic stabs a little kick in, and the ball is thumped dead by Warrancy once again.
When I said that everybody in the stadium was unclear on who's going to win, I think the players are in exactly the same position. I think the team that scores the next try will go on to win this game and just break the hearts of their opposition. Mark Aston knows that. Steve McCormack knows that.
Steve McCormack's side still holding this 24-20 lead, and really by virtue of that purple patch they had just before the break with those 3 tries in 5 minutes, and then the early try in the second half, Chris Dean scoring. But either side of that, it's been Sheffield who've dominated this. But Widnes with the ball now.
And Widnes getting to a good attacking position. They've had a lot of players in great formation, but not enough of them have run with real meaning.
Gaskell's done a lot with meaning. He certainly means it when he goes forward. Plays that ball on. Play on. Looked like a knock on from Mark Smith, but it was a foot, says Dave Merrick. I think he said. Gannon slips. Plays the ball. Mark Smith. Ball out wide. Dodd going for the line. Held just short, is he? The ball's come forward. A knock on, says Dave Merrick. And again, the Sheffield defence is heroic.
Well, you could get 101 great tackles just from this game alone. Sheffield's effort there again now. Warranty, who's worked hard as anybody on the side here now and wants to take the ball and get his team back upfield for another score. Denied his opponent.
Warranty plays that ball. And the Eagles supporters lifting their side now, sensing that there's still a chance for them here, and it's Mills now to take it up for this Sheffield side, who won by the skin of their teeth last time we were here against Featherstone. Not going to nick this one, are they? They've got 8 minutes to do that. Or Widnes have got 8 minutes to ensure their involvement in the National League One playoffs. Sheffield now with Brambani again hoisting the kick on the last one. Warranty goes up for it, and it goes out on the full. And what great spirit this game's been played in, as well as Tyra and Warranty there just console each other.
Well, that is a difficult kick. You're running at pace across field. You need to make the ball, hang the ball in the air and drop it on the right spot. It was too far from Brambani, but he isn't going to get many more chances on that last tackle play to come up with a killer kick. The next ones have to be better.
Widnes holding on to this 24-20 lead now with 7 minutes to go. They're in possession on the halfway line. It's with Gareth Morton. Morton puts the shoulder in. 4 tackles gone. Untidy play of the ball. Mark Smith continues and gets the penalty. The ball was stolen. Surely, well, will they go for 2? They look to the sidelines. They're all looking to the sidelines, the Widnes players, for some indication.
It's quite clear, isn't it? The ball ripped there from the tackle, and Widnes have elected to kick at goal. There's no right or wrong answer here, is there? And hindsight will prove to be a good or a bad decision.
Time off.
I think it's just a case of eating the clock up, Phil. I think Gareth Morton was very lucky on the previous play the ball to get away with not being penalised or
You didn't think
losing
it was the
possession.
correct play the ball?
I didn't think it was the correct play of the ball. Widnes took the ball forward and clearly Alex Shostak ripped the ball out of his hands,
On the line.
giving Widnes the chance. And I'm a big believer in if you get down there, just keep that scoreboard, keep that clock ticking over. And sometimes when you're putting pressure on teams and you just keep banging the pressure, just tap it and go. But I think this is one of those instances. Take the points, regroup and play that clock out.
Hands down.
Steve McCormack close to the action.
Time back
Watching
on.
Steve Tyra, who's
Let's go,
got a
Stephen.
100% kicking record here tonight,
Ball,
4 from 4. Hoping he can land this, give his side a 6-point cushion. Thump of the boot, Tyra kicks it. And Widnes a bit closer to that playoff place, worth the journey.
But you're right, Phil, it is only still 6 points. I take your point.
The kick-off here now is the fascinating point in this game.
Everybody
A
stay
chance
on.
for Sheffield to put
Which way,
Widnes
Josh?
under pressure. Do they elect for a short one and contest possession back? Did they drill it hard towards the sideline or maybe even the back line and get it
Give
over the
yourself
dead
a
ball
metre,
line?
No penalties.
Remember Widnes without Matty Smith. Because of injury, they've gone for
No
the
penalty,
short,
boys.
bobbling restart, but Chris Dean made that look very easy. The ball sitting up nicely for him. Now Sheffield having to force the error, and Widnes have to guard possession with their lives.
Hold. Go.
Coming up to the last 5 minutes of this cooperative National League One game. The winners heading for the playoffs.
Stand. Wait. Go. Tommy Taylor.
Now it's with Gavin Dodd. Dodd across the field.
Clear. 3.
Gaskell will do exactly the same on the next play.
That he does.
4.
Michael Ostick almost caused a few problems there. And now it needs to be a good kick from Bezic. Keeping their heads, Widnes, at this crucial time of the game. The kick too strong, but they'll force Sheffield to restart on the 20 and they'll look to keep him down there.
Well, Sheffield need Mitchell Stringer back on the field in my eyes. He's one of the most powerful players in this competition and could perhaps burst a hole down the middle through Widnes's defensive effort. If they do, then they need some pace alongside him. He's been sent on specifically to do that.
Go.
Oh, a loose pass, and Traylor did well to get that one as it was dipping in front of him, looking for a penalty, nothing doing. The ball popped up for McDonald now, the former Burley Bear who came highly recommended from Adrian Vowles, the former Man of Steel. Stringer back on, it's with Woodcock. 4 tackles gone. 4 minutes to go or thereabouts. Stringer able to offload, it's a bad one. It's a bad pass from Widnes as well, but they've got the ball back and it's with Hardman. And is that the end for the Sheffield Eagles and the playoffs in National League One?
I don't think it is, Bill. Mitchell Stringer was sent on to offload the ball, caused some confusion in the Widnes defence, and that's what he did. Unfortunately, the offload didn't match the ambition, but there's still plenty of time in this game yet.
2.
Barlow plays the ball just inside Widnes' own half.
Sheffield have players who can score from 90 metres in this match. That's not a problem for them. It's whether they can keep the mental approach, keep the composure, and wait for the chance and opportunity. When it comes, they have to strike.
Well, we saw a drop goal the last time we were here. It was Brambani who landed it for the Sheffield Eagles. I wonder if Widnes Vikings are thinking of that very thing.
Mark Smith will drop the goal.
And here's Smith standing back, launches that one, and it wobbles its way wide of the target. So Sheffield will get the ball back. Restarting on their 20. Again, looking to get the speed merchants involved. It's Danny Mills who's tackled.
Oh, go.
Still 3 minutes to go here. Whittaker.
Matt Whittaker's worked hard today. He's been big, strong, and his experience has shone through. And Sheffield have been outstanding tonight. It's a shame there's a loser on games like this.
Tyra went for that ball, knocked it forward.
Deliberate knock-on, Bill, perhaps?
I don't think so. At this stage of a game like this,
He's saying attempted interception.
attempted interception, I think.
Okay, because that would have been a penalty, wouldn't it, for Sheffield? The referee has gone for your interpretation. Attempted interception.
Get in. Out.
Mark Aston. Well, he's been a winner already this week. He won the club's Golden Gamble. I think he's hoping for a bigger prize here tonight. I'm not sure if the coach... I think he's allowed to be. His dad apparently entered him for it years and years ago. He can put it back into the club funds, of course.
I can't even win an argument in our house, never mind the Golden Gamble.
Here's Stringer now through the tackle. Can he get it down free this time? No. Speed of the play, the ball essential at this point now.
Sheffield get the ball wide, not a good pass, but Warranty might be able to make something of this. Comes back in field. Warranty is tackled just short of the line. That's 4 tackles gone. Widnes desperately defending this try line. The pass is fired out. They're over the try line, and the try is scored by Mitchell Stringer, or is it a video ref decision? Stringer thundered onto that pass, but did he get the ball down, or did Widnes manage to deny him? Widnes anxiously look to the referee, and they go to the touch judge as well.
That was the job that Mitchell Stringer was sent on to do.
No try, forward pass.
The pass was forward. The touch judge's call. Well, what a brave call that was.
I'm not sure about that. You see Mitchell Stringer running onto it. Or maybe so. We'll have to take a look at another angle. Bram Bainey from acting half. Yeah, that's forward. Great call from the touch judge.
Well, what a let-off that is for the Widnes Vikings. Some dispute about whether that was a great call.
It's clearly forward on the replays, Bill, but Mitchell Stringer, if they can get the ball in his hands and get the ball back, first of all, with less than a minute to go, a set of 6 takes around about 40 seconds, so they're still going to get their hands on the ball.
Well, the thing about those forward pass replays is that they don't use them for video ref decisions because it never is clear because of the angle of the camera, so it's very hard to tell. The touch judge, though, was bang in line with it and had a good view of it, and he decided that that's what it was and that's what the story is, and Widnes are in possession, and I think they've seen off the threat from this Sheffield side, and they're going to ride this home and get the points that will guarantee them 6th place in the table. And Mark Smith puts the kick in, deep one. Danny Mills has got to get this back into play quickly and run it back. The clock running down, and the chase is great.
Tackle, outstanding.
The ball's still in the field of play, says Dave Merritt. But they're right on their own try line. There's the hooter. Nowhere for Sheffield to go as the whistle blows. And sighs of relief from Steve McCormack and from the Widnes players. And what a game this has been from these two sides. And Widnes just holding on in the face of a great Sheffield fight back to take the points and ensure that their season will continue after the end of the regular rounds. And it was that devastating patch on the half hour. They were 12-0 down early on, and they've come back with those 3 tries in the space of 5 minutes, and then even in the second half still having to dig deep.